Hello, true art believers, and welcome to today's live stream. This is Pierson here. I am the #1 live art streamer in the world, and today is a special day. This is the first live stream that I've done on vacation, so it's going to be unique to say the least. Before I begin, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I'll give you a few seconds to do that right now. Alrighty. So today is day 149 days of 200 days of drawing. And I got another piping hot cactus drawing for you. And I am going to begin that very soon, right about now. All right, before I begin, I'm going to do a few things. I'm going to move some windows around here, and I'm going to hit my time-lapse button. And so this is a new experience for me. I am going to keep it simple, simply because of the circumstances almost require it, actually. So what I will start off with today is we're not even going to choose a color for the background. We're going to go straight to a gray tone, and then we're going to leave that alone. And I am going to basically recycle a kind of like a cactus, a standard cactus shape that I typically do on days that I'm in a rush. And so today is going to be one of those days where I'm kind of in a rush. And it's going to be a very simplistic drawing today. I know that all of us are very used to me drawing these hyper detailed drawings. No, you're not. No, that never happens. I very rarely do a hyper detailed drawing. I'm going to do like a cartoonish cactus today, where it's just going to have like, the simple like, main cactus shape with like some arms like before. And almost kind of like baseball mitt arms this time. We're going to do some baseball mitt arms. One's going to be a little bit slightly staggered up like this one, and give this one kind of like a baseball mitt arm on the left side here. So it's like, kind of like flexing almost. And we're going to begin by just do the quick outline. Now, I know that in the past you've seen me do these drawings where I was doing, as of recently, you've seen me do drawings that were where I was taking a shape and I was kind of making a cactus out of that shape. I think for a while, for the next few days, I'm going to kind of stick to the same thing, different day, or the same type of like drawing motif, but different day. And see how that goes for me for a while, simply because this is going to be the first time that I've done a steady state of live streams outside of my own like drawing studio. And so that all alone is already posing some significant troubles. But today was actually pretty good. I'm very thankful for the host to allow me to use this space to do my live stream. Before I was like, well, maybe I might have to do a live stream that is you won't see my face, or maybe I'll be drawn on the floor. I don't know. I didn't know how this was going to pan out. All I knew I was going to do it, and it was either going to bomb royally or it was going to be very successful. Right now, it's kind of in the middle, right? So as you can see, very simple little background cactus drawing. We're going to deselect, and we're going to go about doing my standardized shape that you see me do all the time. So last drawing I did teal. I'm moving along what would you call it? The color wheel. And so this time I'm going to use green, but I'm going to use like a very dark grayish green, so that when I do use my own. When I do color the green on the cactus, the tone difference is going to be very quite apparent, and that tone difference is going to help me for this piece, right? And so just going to do my erasure technique. What I'm going to do is I think I'm going to do like a just slightly larger, yeah, slightly larger than the there we go. That's what we want. Something like that. Bada bing, bada boom. We're making good time. I'm just feeling very comfortable because I'm doing something that I normally do all the time. So did you notice that when I added this dark green onto this gray? Well, I don't know. I'm sorry. I lost my train of thought there. There was nothing there. I actually thought for a second that I used a greenish gray tone for the background color, but I didn't. I just I was about to say, did you notice that when I put this lighter green on top of this background green, that the color shifted and changed? It made the gray feel more gray, but apparently I just totally forgot that I used the neutral gray for this drawing. So we got this gray background. Now we're going to move on, making good time here. By the way, we got 6 minutes. I like to make good time, especially on the areas that are on the portions that are all flats. So basically, if I haven't brought this up before, but these are what you call flats. You basically add the flats as the base layers, and then you put the more dynamic tones later on. By the way, how is everyone doing today? How is everyone doing this wonderful Sunday? I'm enjoying it, actually. I'm quite thankful that I was able to set this up and get a live stream. I know that I was talking about how I was kind of worried that I may or may not have been would have been able to do these live streams, or if they were, they wouldn't have been at the level of quality that you are accustomed to. Not to say that the quality is like of superlative level, but it's better than average, right? I'm not trying to brag or anything. It's just better than average quality. I have a bunch of intro and outro videos, and I think that's something I'm quite proud to have presented for the video, these live streams. Now we're just making a good time. We're going to do some green here. We're going to do there we go. We're going to do that green. Look at that. And there you go. Just a quick green right here. And what I've been thinking about doing is, like, as of lately, because of this my time constraints, right? Whoops. We'll leave it like that. Who cares? This is one thing I've been doing is I haven't been really focusing on like these perfect cactuses. I've actually been embracing the inconsistent lines that I've been making on the flats. So like, see these tones like that? I'm going to leave it like that. Normally I'd like to straighten it out, make these a little bit more clean. I'm going to leave it like bumpy like that. I think that makes it feel more like a cactus. So we're going to continue that for this drawing. All right, now we're going to minimize that. We're going to open up our background. We're going to work on this on the background tone. So this tone right here. What I want to do is I want to do the complementary color of the green background. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little eyedropper tool, and we're going to do the complementary color of that, and it's going to be like a purple. What I want to do though is I want to make it a little bit more vivid, and we're going to basically add a layer mask like this. Ooh, there we go. And we're just going to do a fade from like this neutral, like this darker grayish green to this purple tone. And that's going to be something I'm going to be playing around with for the future, for my future drawings here. Just like do something like that, do an eyedrop tone, like that, eyedrop, boom. Now we're going to use the soft round brush, and we're going to use that to create a fade. A light fade here, and I take the eyedrop tool, and I'm taking the eyedrop tool and just kind of like testing the tone where the colors overlap each other. So that's how I'm getting this kind of gradient here. Now I can only hope that I have enough like internet speed. I hope I'm not lagging at all. So that's one thing that I was kind of worried about was internet like connection. You know, I was worried that I wasn't going to get enough. I have a fast enough internet for this. Okay, so that is done. I'm going to lock those layers. Now we're going to go to the cactus, and this is going to be my favorite part. Yeah, I'm going to zoom in a bit. We're going to go to pot, use the texture layer, texture brush. We're going to do a layer mask, and we're going to, so when you draw on top of it, ooh, look at that, it's kind of pretty. And there we go. And this is where the magic kind of happens. This is where everything kind of starts unfolding, you know, right around this time. So I'm making good time. We're at 12 minutes. And I bear in mind though, I've done like up to almost 50 of these. So I've gotten really, really good at doing like my simple cactus, standard cactus shape like this one, and at knocking it down at like 30 minutes. So before I was struggling to get it at 30 minutes. I was literally like drawing as fast as I could. But now I've pretty much kind of standardized it. So I've gotten better at that, at drawing these simple cactuses using this method. Alrighty, now add another layer, and we're going to layer mask that together. I'm going to make a dark tone right here. Another dark tone. Now, one thing I don't like about this drawing as of right now is the background is such a dark tone that I might have to like, I don't know, I might have to make the cactuses, I don't know. It's not, the color of the background is not vivid, and that makes me that makes me uneasy. So what that means for me is that usually means that I'm on the right track visually. That means I'm doing something right. So I like to add a little bit of color on the pot to make it a little bit more fun. You know, that's what I've been doing, is adding a little bit more color on these pots and making them a little bit more interesting, you know, a little bit more entertaining. So they're not just like the standardized generic pot that you've seen me do in the past. And yeah, if you look at the previous drawings, the previous cactus drawings, and you look at the ones now, I don't know. I can't really tell whether or not they have improved. I think there's certain things that I've gotten more efficient at doing, but I don't know whether or not they've improved. It's kind of hard to really look at that from that lens. But I do hope that I have improved to some degree on some of these. I don't know. And let's see here. There's a get out of there. Take a little color swap here. Now we're gonna have to go to the We're going to go to the sand now. I got a little bit overly involved with the pot, and that's fine, just as long as you recognize that sometimes that happens, right? And now we're going to get the sand in here, and we're just going to, I think, do something like that. Go like here and get really dark. There we go. And then, oops. There we go. And maybe I'll do like a little bit of like, you know, blue scumbled on top. I didn't like that. A little bit of blue. No, we won't use any blue. All right, now that is done. We'll zoom out for a second, kind of take a bird's eye view. Now we're going to, let's see here. We're going to get the air. We're going to shrink my brush setting, my brush tab. We're going to get the soft round edge. We're going to do a color mask, and we're going to take this tone, and we're going to do what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to make it brighter than normal cactus. We'll see if I can do that. Make a bright cactus with like really bright tones, you know. So I might play it around with that. Make a really bright cactus so that it's like projecting forward onto this. So I'm going to figure out if I can kind of keep the contrast to a minimum. You know, don't really get too dark. Maybe get a little bit dark. I don't know. Maybe I just have a little bit more vivid tones to it. I don't know. Because already I'm starting to add a little bit too much. All right. So we're at 17 minutes, and already we're at like more than the halfway point. I remember when I first started, 15 minutes was when I was actually started the texture on the pot. Now I'm already at the cactus section, drawing the cactus. I'm working on the cactus. That's new. So I think what I'm going to do is just spend a little bit of time. I don't want to say a little bit more time, but I do have a fair amount of time, which doesn't mean it's going to be better. It just means I have more time to work on it. So I'm going to have to fiddle around with it and just kind of play around with the colors and texture and line. I know that I want to have it kind of like a almost just comically brighter than the background. I think that's going to work for the benefit of this piece, for this cactus drawing. And you know, it's having fun with it. So that's one of the things about doing these drawings. You got to have a little bit of fun. Don't worry about them being perfect. Like this where this is at, I almost want to say, you know what? Let's keep it short today. Why not? I think it's doing well. I think I'm going to spend probably around the 25 minute mark. So that's probably when I want to stop. And this is something I've been doing a lot lately, is like on the tops of the cactuses, I've been making them like almost like they're glowing. And I've been finding that just kind of fun to do with these drawings, like just make them brighter than they really are. Like for some, it's like if you put a ball, like a light bulb, inside the husk, inside the core of that cactus, like inside, it's causing that like glowing effect. So that's what I've been doing lately, and I've been kind of enjoying that just like appearance with these cactus drawings, you know, and I've been liking those effects. And one of the things I've been doing that you've been noticing is like I'm just getting like, I kind of go off and on, like switch. I flip switches. Sometimes I'm doing a lot more like details. I'm having smaller shapes, and I'm doing smaller forms inside the cactus itself. And then sometimes it's just like, let's see here. Sometimes it's just very simplistic like this. Although I have a little bit more time, so I have like 5 more minutes to play around with it. So there might be a point where I kind of flip the script a little bit and add a little bit more in-depth shadowing and such. But I don't know. We'll see. And that's the thing about this. When I do these drawings, I don't necessarily know the potential outcome. I have an idea what is going to happen a little bit. I'm always kind of playing around with it, but I'm not like really worried about whether or not this is the correct action. And I think that's helping the outcomes of these drawings, is that lack, like separate my worry from the drawing and just embracing the kind of like spontaneity of it all. I oftentimes when we do these, when we're drawing, like we get kind of stressed out, or we get a little bit we put the drawing on a pedestal, like this is the drawing, this is the it drawing, and this is going to make or break my day. And we don't need to think about it that way. All you got to do is just give it some effort and at least give it a good solid college try, and hope that it pans out. And if it doesn't, you can always come back to it. But that's another thing that brings up another point. That's another reason why I'm doing these every day, is because it mitigates me from overcomplicating and going back to the drawing. So if I'm doing a new one each day, I don't have the time to kind of like, maybe I should come back to this drawing that I did like a couple days back, because by that time it's like already out of my mind. I'm not even thinking about it anymore, because I've already started a new drawing, and that's in my mind right now at that current time frame. And so there's something nice about that, where you're not stressing about the previous drawing, because you've already started a new drawing. You've already kind of moved forward. You've moved forward in your drawing career per se, right? And so there's some really nice things to be had from that type of mentality. Yeah, it's really just downright working over, repeating, working, repeating, working over and over again. Just like these live streams is like a practice in just the ability to keep drawing. It also helps me articulate my ideas, because drawing to me is more like it's like a philosophy. It's a philosophy on life. Like no matter if you're good or bad, doing these live streams daily there's something pragmatic, the pragmatism, the doing things ritualistically, where it becomes habit, that you build something from it. Like I'm building something by doing these drawings. Like I'm building a library of cactus drawings. I'm building some sort of skill. In this case, I built up a skill set to draw these drawings rather quickly, actually. I've gotten better at doing them daily. And not only that, I've also gotten better at like just the ability to kind of flip the switch and to get productive. I think like 2 years ago, if I were to do this 2 years ago, I might not have been able to do it, because I wasn't in the proper mindset, and it's taken me that long to kind of condition myself to get in that mindset. And that's not to say that I probably didn't have it in me. I probably could have been able to do it like just with like pure sheer will. But like, it would have taken a lot more out of me mentally than it does now. Like now it's just like, okay, I got to do these drawings. The only thing that's really stopping me now is like, oh, now I gotta do these drawings, but I gotta find time for them. And I've gotten better at that. So I think I'm done with this. I'm going to add some thorns on there, and we're going to call it a day. And partially the reason why I'm keeping it short today is because I'm on vacation, and I want to, enjoy my time a little bit and not really spend as much time on these. And I've been in the car all day, and it's been oops, there we go. Let's see here. Okay. So I'm just trying to see what was the last brush stroke that I did here. And I can't tell. I see that change. Okay, there's that change. Okay. All right. Now we're going to do Thorns. Oops. I'm on the wrong layer. All right, where am I at? Where am I at here? All right. Now we're going to the cactus, add a new layer. Now we're going to do Thorns here. Okay. What if I do? Yeah, that would be it. So we're going to do our Thorns here. All right, just casual Thorns. I don't really know how I'm going to do these Thorns today. Okay, I guess I'm going to do pairs. I did pairs last time. I guess that's something I've been doing. I'm going to do today. Why not? So I'm just going to do like Thorns that are in pairs today. And, it is what it is. I guess it just kind of felt right. And since I started it, it's one of those things. I made a decision and was going to stick with it. And that's another thing with drawing. If you make a decision to do a certain thing in your drawing, you don't want to kind of backtrack it, especially with Photoshop and all these digital programs. They give you the option to kind of like go backwards in time. And when you have that type of like temptation and you're not used to it, like me, I'm not used to that type of temptation. I have this tendency to like go backwards all the time. Like, oh, what if I do this? Because now I can explore multiple possibilities. And that's another thing about doing these drawings daily is that I don't have to explore those multiple possibilities on this main drawing. I can always start a new one because I'm going to start a new drawing tomorrow. And so those ideas that I had are going to be moved, can be rolled over in a new package to the next drawing. Right? So this one's doing pretty good. I'm almost done. I just got to finish the paired Thorns here and then sign it, tag it, bag it, and call it a day. There we go. Almost done. I'm noticing that when I do my Thorns in pairs like this, I kind of stiffen up a little bit. I can feel subconsciously my wrist tightening up, like I want those Thorns to be perfect, and I don't like that notion. I don't like it. I don't want it to be perfect, so I need to be mindful of that and kind of force myself to do Thorns that are a little bit more organic and less rigid. But I can't really. There you go. So I went back a couple steps. I can't complain. Here's why I can't complain. I'm about done with my Thorns, and I'm gonna be and the drawing is almost done in about 30 minutes, and that's including my intro time and which was a couple minutes long. Right? So we're doing good. 30 minutes in, 30 minutes and 14 seconds, 30 minutes and 16 seconds, 30 minutes and 19 seconds, and we're going to put like one right here. There we go. And we're done. So basically 30 minutes. You can't beat that. You can't beat that. That is great. And a pretty decent drawing to boot. Actually, I'm gonna do one more thing. No, we're gonna leave it. We're gonna leave it. Because that was my critical mind, my processing mind was saying, you know what, there's an area in the center that needs more thorns. But I'm like, you know what, let's put that aside and not worry about that. That's like a moot detail there. So time for the signature. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a teal at the bottom here. I'm gonna go down to 9, put P21, 140, 149 out of 2. Wow, my zeros, I'm locking up. I'm OCD. I mean, like, I'm becoming OCD over my zeros here. That's kind of funny here. That's kind of funny here. Why am I saying here every like 5 seconds? And here, over here. Let's go over here, there. Let's go here. A little nervous. Sorry. All right. So that's it. 149 days. That is fantastic. It's going to let my time lapse kind of do one more rotation before I turn it off and move it to the side here. Like that. Turn that off, move it away. Whoop. And let's go over here. Just want to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the drawing process. And I think it's pretty good. I enjoyed some of it. There are certain things I could do better, but you know what? I can't beat doing one in 30 minutes. As of lately, if anyone that's seen me doing some of these, I've gone up to an hour or more on some of these because I kept like backtracking. But this one was a really smooth drawing. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button for more live stream drawings and artist interviews. So thank you very much. I hope you have a wonderful day. I have to get going. It's already about 3 minutes past due. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday. Thank you so much for watching. Pierson out.